So there are 2 morale outcomes if you fail a morale test. You can become broken, which is the brown. I always remember it as brown trousers. You take a break test if you've lost a cumulative 25%, either from missile or in hand-to-hand. And then there is shocked. Shocked is a test when you take 50% casualties, or sometimes it's 25% casualties against things like lances or crossbows at short range. Again, if you fail your morale, you become shocked. Technically, you can't be shocked if you've got less than 3 figures. So say this unit's got 3. The outcomes for failing these 2 things are different. For a break test, you will immediately, if you fail, so let's imagine these sergeants here have failed their break test, they will move their movement directly away from the enemy. So for these guys, they're in mail, so that's 4 inches. So they would go 4 inches back. And you keep that token on them. Now the way rounds work is you will, at the start of a round, you roll for initiative. And then each player activates alternately a unit. However, your choice on which units you can activate is dictated by if you've got any that are broken or shocked. Any of those units that are under those morale situations, you have to act on those before you do anything else. So the very next turn, the first thing this side would have to do is activate this unit and try and rally off their broken status. And you do that with a simple morale test. And that morale test can be affected by any numbers on their morale dice, and also affected by commanders within range with priests and their own morale bonus. So you have to do them first. If they fail, they will make another movement towards the table edge, and they can just keep going until they hit the table edge, and then they're lost. So you have to try and rally them or lose them. So that's broken. So the second of these morale outcomes, and the worst, is shocked. Shocked troops are like rabbits caught in the headlights. They're not running, they're just stood around in a state of sort of dazed confusion. They're much easier to hit. They cannot use their shield rolls. Opponents get a +2 to hit them. They're much easier to strike, and again, that can only be removed by rallying it off. So they need a rally test. And just like with broken, you have to activate shocked and broken troops before you do anything else in a turn. So that can significantly start to reduce your options once you've got a couple of units broken or shocked towards the end game of an engagement. And don't forget as well, if they are within command range of their leader, they will be using his morale to rally. So again, it's very important the placement of your commander, because he can then buff all the units around him and keep them in the game. One last thing to add is that once a unit is removed, either because it's ran off the table or it's been totally destroyed in combat, one of the outcomes immediately is that it's a shock to your commander's morale himself. So every time he loses a unit, you will immediately increase his personal morale dice by 1.